On my aunt's funeral day, a woman I had never met placed an envelope in my hand under the church awning and said simply, "I am your mother." My name is Audrey King. I was 33, and until that rainy afternoon, I had spent my entire life believing my birth mother abandoned me as an infant, a story my Aunt Celeste had told me with complete confidence since I was old enough to ask. Before I tell you what was written on the back of that photograph, drop a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching this from tonight. Inside the envelope was a photo of this stranger, holding a newborn wearing the exact knitted cap that had sat displayed in my aunt's living room for 30 straight years. The back of the photo reading simply, "Audrey, 2 days old, Evelyn and her girl." Stay with me, because what I found hidden inside my aunt's house that same night completely rewrote everything I thought I understood about the woman who raised me. Celeste had told me my mother Evelyn was young, unstable, and addicted to drugs, that she left me with my father who died in a workplace accident when I was 6 months old, and that Evelyn simply never came back for me. Whenever I asked if she had ever tried to contact us, Celeste always said no, that Evelyn chose another life, and that I deserved people who actually chose me. I believed her completely for over 3 decades. Evelyn knew things no stranger could possibly know: the birthmark beneath my left shoulder, the song my father played during her pregnancy, my exact middle name from my original hospital bracelet. She handed me a second envelope containing money order receipts, court petitions, returned birthday cards, and a notarized agreement signed by Celeste herself. The agreement said Evelyn would receive $10,000 if she stopped seeking custody and had no contact with me until I turned 18. But the payment direction was completely reversed from what that description suggested. Evelyn had not been paid anything at all. She had paid Celeste every single monthly installment for 4 straight years, in exchange for a promise of annual photographs and future contact that Celeste had simply never honored. That night, I searched Celeste's house, feeling disloyal even opening drawers before her clothes had been donated. Yet the funeral envelope had already transformed every locked cabinet into an urgent question. In a metal box beneath her bed, I found guardianship records describing Evelyn as absent and unreachable, alongside 30 unopened birthday cards addressed to me, each one bundled by year and hidden beneath old tax documents. At the bottom of that box was a letter written on my 18th birthday, saying the agreement had ended, that Evelyn had waited exactly as promised, and that she would like to meet me only if I wanted to meet her too. Celeste had never given it to me. She told Evelyn instead that I had refused all contact. Here is something I would genuinely love your honest opinion on in the comments. If the person who raised you lovingly also spent decades lying to keep your biological parent away, could you ever fully separate your gratitude for the love from your anger over the deception, or do the two feelings simply have to coexist forever? The next morning, I met Evelyn properly. She was 52, worked as a respiratory therapist, and had 2 adult sons. Her version began very differently. She and my father had been unmarried, but together when I was born. Evelyn experienced severe postpartum depression and was briefly hospitalized, during which my father brought me to Celeste's house for temporary help. Weeks later, he died in that same industrial accident, and when Evelyn was released from the hospital, Celeste simply refused to give me back. Evelyn admitted her own mistakes honestly. A teenage history with drugs, missing 1 custody hearing after notice, went to the wrong address entirely. 1 relapse when I was 2 years old followed by real treatment. But she never abandoned me. She agreed to years of no contact only because her lawyer warned that if she fought and lost, Celeste might disappear with me entirely. And 18 years with a firm promise seemed better than forever with nothing at all. I contacted an attorney named Grace Nolan, who helped uncover archived court records showing Evelyn had actually petitioned for visitation twice, both attempts dismissed after Celeste submitted letters claiming any contact caused me nightmares and behavioral problems. I remembered those specific nightmares clearly. They existed because Celeste had repeatedly told me my drug-addicted mother might appear one day and kidnap me. The fear used as evidence against Evelyn had been deliberately created by the very person presenting it in court. I eventually found old cassette tapes where Celeste had recorded family phone messages decades earlier, one containing Evelyn calling on my 5th birthday, asking simply to speak with me for one single minute. Celeste told her plainly that I did not know she existed in any meaningful way and to leave me alone. Evelyn reminded her she had promised photographs. Celeste answered only that Evelyn should be grateful I had a mother at all. Evelyn told me she had attempted contact one more time, quietly attending my college graduation from a distance. Celeste spotted her in the parking lot and threatened a restraining order, warning she would tell me Evelyn only wanted money from our family. After years of being described as dangerous, Evelyn said she genuinely feared any unexpected approach would simply prove that exact story true. I eventually met my two half-brothers in a park, discovering one of them had the very same birthmark beneath his shoulder. Evelyn never pressured closeness, allowing patient silence between our messages instead, which oddly left me alone with a grief I had fully prepared to reject rather than actually process. Celeste had left a sealed letter with her attorney, admitting Evelyn had continued trying to reach me over the years, admitting she intended every single year to finally tell me the truth, and feared each time that I would reinterpret my entire childhood as something stolen from me. She wrote that she wanted my gratitude more than she ever wanted my full understanding. She asked me not to hate her. I genuinely did not, because hatred would have been far simpler than the complicated love I still carried for her. I used part of my inheritance from Celeste to create a small legal aid fund, helping parents navigate guardianship disputes after medical crises, ensuring families receive independent advice before ever signing away contact the way Evelyn once did. We named it the Choice Project. A guardian can genuinely save a child and still owe real accountability. A struggling parent can be unready in the moment and still deserve accurate notice and a fair chance to eventually be known. And no child should ever have to protect one mother's memory by completely erasing the existence of another. If this story moved you, subscribe to Unheard Drama Stories and tell me in the comments where you are watching from, along with whether you believe Celeste's love excuses what she ultimately chose to do.